Hi scholars, Jamie Wilson here. Just wanted to take you through the client manual presentation for when you're at a client's house. Really important that, when you show up to the home that you're on time, that you greet the client with a business card, and that you are there with a smile on your face, with a positive attitude. And typically what I have underneath my arm when I'm at a client's house is I have my client manual, as you can see. But I also have with me my color fan deck, and it's really important that you have this because the clients like to look at colors, they like to visualize. Now, you'd only give the client the fan deck, of course, if you're dealing with a paint. If you're dealing with a stain, you want to focus on the stain pamphlets that you would have on the inside of your client manual. So I'll start off. After walking around the home with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we'll say, you would open up your client manual. You'd ask for a few minutes just at the very end that you could present this to them. It doesn't take long, and you would want to really lead this process. You don't want to just sort of hand it to them and walk away. You want to make sure that you walk them through the client manual. So I'm going to present the client manual as though I'm presenting to you, the customer. So please pay attention. So here we have the client manual. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I would just really like to, before I do my final numbers and walk around here, I'm just going to leave you with my client manual. And the client manual has a lot of really interesting things in it. Just on the inside cover here, you, by the way, would want to add a bunch of paint pamphlets and things from the paint store. But on the inside cover in this pocket, I have a lot of various paint pamphlets from Sherwin-Williams. As you can see, I've taken the liberty of placing the stain pamphlet for woodscapes at the very top of the pocket here, so you can look at that. And additionally, on the inside cover here, I have a client letter. Now, the client letter speaks to my goals, what I'm doing at school, and just what I hope to achieve through my summer with Scholar's Edge. As well, here we have a letter just about Scholar's Edge, and as you'll notice here, Scholar's Edge, we have $5 million liability insurance coverage. This is important, so we're insured when we're working on your home, as well as full work safe compensation. So in the event that any worker were to become injured, you're not liable as the customer, and our workers are actually covered with work safe. So that's great for them. In addition to that, we have a three-year guarantee on the work that we would be doing at your home, as well as over the last now 4 years that we've kept track of this, we have a better than 97% reuse rate. So at the end of the project, you as the client would rate my performance. You get an email 2 days later, and that also contributes to my performance within Scholar's Edge and the grade that I receive at the end. In addition, here we have just some important facts. You'll see that we have a warranty. We provide great detail within the quote with this process. You'll see that'll carry through right to the end of the job. I hope you feel that I'm professional, and in terms of knowledge, I've been fully trained and I'm certified to be, on all the aspects and technologies within paint and how to apply the paint. Just some facts and information. I usually skim over this fairly quickly, but we use top-line Sherwin-Williams products. And then on top of that, we, as I already mentioned, we have a 3-year guarantee. Now that guarantee is on all labor, paint, and materials. Further to that, we have some questions that you may or may not have, so feel free to take a look through those. Now, this is a daily written progress report that we like to provide you at the end of every day if we don't see you or if we don't communicate with you over the phone. So we would leave this under your mailbox, and we would simply, or under your doormat rather, and we'd outline what we did that morning and afternoon and our plan of attack the next day. Here as well is just a color visualizer, so you can go on the Sherwin-Williams website. You can play around with the colors if you so like to. And then here we have a common paint problem section. And I want to just pay particular attention to the mildew section, because you do have a lot of that on the north side of your house. Again, as I reiterated on the walk around, we would do a thorough pressure wash to your home, but specifically on the north side, we would make sure we siphon in TSP wash into the wash and scrub that side of the house down with a soft broom brush. So we would do that. And then in the back here, I have some before and after photos, so you can take your time and look through those. These are various jobs that Scholar's Edge and myself have done in the area and throughout the province. And then in the very back of it here, we have a reference letter section. You'll notice that within there, I've got a few character references. These are unrelated to my time with Scholar's Edge. These are just people that I've known through high school or through sports that I've played, and they've written a reference letter for me. So As well, I do have a couple client testimonials in there as well for you to look at. So thank you so much. Here's your client manual, and I look forward to seeing you in about half an hour, 45 minutes when I'm done your numbers. And then if I could, when I come back inside your house, show you exactly what I came up with. If we could maybe sit down or somewhere, or even just stand on the front porch and go through everything. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in a bit.